Welcome back to another edition of Action Packed Sunday, and this week I'm looking at this cult classic, The Warriors. Oh yeah. Okay, now we're really getting some good stuff here. So, what can I say about The Warriors? It was definitely a product of its time. It came out in 1979. It's based on the novel of the same names by Sol Yorick. And, of course, what happened was, according to historians, it came out in theaters. It didn't receive too well, but in the years that followed, it's since become a cult classic. But now get this little interesting tidbit I discovered about this movie. Apparently, President Ronald Reagan actually enjoyed this movie, actually. So, yeah. Would you believe that? The 40th President of the United States actually liked this movie. So that's something, that I would never expect to hear. But anyway, what makes The Warriors so special, actually? Well, it's because of the story. It's definitely the setting, actually. The setting is New York, obviously. Can't go wrong with that. What can't go wrong there? Of course, I really love some of the taglines. I love the character of Cyrus. He's the guy that's trying to, unite all the gangs, kind of thing, He says his famous line, "Can you take it?" My goodness, I'm so good at that. So much good stuff you can remember from this movie, actually. And my goodness, from pretty much the whole movie is just one giant chase, if you kind of think about it. And my goodness, would you believe this whole movie would then spawn like a bit of a cult following, a fan following, and believe it or not, there's something called a Warrior Fest that is actually held on Coney Island for all Warriors fans, and they actually go as far as to get some people from the movie to show for this prequel event. That's awesome. So, man, and that's something I want you guys to think about and maybe look into. You might enjoy that, actually. So I watched this like twice now. Of course, yeah, it's definitely a product of its time, actually. And the fact that Walter Hill went so far as to get like this really in-depth cast, from the main characters that you see, even to the supporting cast, to all these different gangs. You got the baseball Furies, you got the Punks, you got the Turnbulls. I can go on and on. There's like so many different gangs, actually. But man, oh my God, they're just incredible to think about. And of course, obviously, the other most famous line is "Warriors come out and play." We're not improvised. If you did not know that, now you know. So there's not much I can tell about this movie, actually. It was really good. I love the story. It moves at a good pace. I love the scene transitions that they did here because apparently this is the director's cut. Because I have no idea if they did this in the original theatrical film. Apparently, when they're done with the scene, it freeze frames, goes all cartoon for a minute, then it transitions to a different scene, almost like comic book style. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. That's something I gotta give praise for, because if they really did that back in the 70s, that is clever from cinematography for this movie. Actually, I could probably go into in depth, but of course, I'd say if you can find this movie, definitely get the director's cut, because there are special features on there where talks about the movie, all the fights and all that. It's incredible. So I'd say give it a watch if you remember this awesome movie. Actually, it brings it back, actually. So overall, I'm gonna give this cult classic an 8 out of 10, actually. All right, because for nostalgia, for all the good stuff about it, the action's good. Love the characters; they're relatable. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that does for today. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome videos.